Hey YouTube, it's Henry or Henty, and in today's video we're going to go over how to clutch in Valorant. I think there's a common misconception where people think you have to be born with this clutch gene and right off the bat be a great clutcher, but I don't think that's the case. When I first started playing CSGO, I was a complete noob and I was afraid of being the last one alive on my team and having everyone spectate me and watch me try to win out the round. But as I got more and more experience, I learned that I like the pressure on my shoulders, the responsibilities of winning the round for my team, and the joy that comes with pulling out crazy rounds. So don't believe you get to be born with this clutch gene. You can grow and improve your clutching skills. For the purposes of this video, clutching is when your team only has 1 or 2 remaining members against a larger number of alive opponents. The first thing you should be thinking when you're put in these clutch scenarios is where's every member of the opposing team right now. You can use sound cues, teammate comms, and general game sense to try your best to figure out these locations. The next step you should be thinking is, where in the map is their weak link? Where can you position yourself to get a bigger advantage over the enemy team and try to isolate a fight? Third, think to yourself, what am I going to do after I get this kill? Valorant is a game of milliseconds, and even having a slight moment of hesitation or indecision can cost you the round. Now we're going to jump into the meat and potatoes of the video and start analyzing clips and tips on how to clutch in Valorant. The most important clutch scenario is the 1v1, and in a neutral 1v1 you should almost always win it. And by neutral I mean situations where the bomb is not planted yet or just barely planted with little information for either side.
Holy shit.
Starting with attacking side 1v1s and touching on my previous points, you have to always think ahead in the clutch. In this situation, I use a bomb fake, meaning I plant for a certain position, in this case heaven, but I play a different spot to throw off my opponent and give myself the upper hand. Too often do I see people planting in a safe position, in this case behind the screen or for elbow, even when they know the opponent is on the other side of the map. If I had planted safe this round, the Reyna would have had time to stick the full defuse. Look at the timer, he was only 0.27 seconds off from getting it. My next tip is using your agent's abilities to maximize your win percentage. In this clip, I use a fake flash to make my opponents think I'm coming from A-Link as I slowly wrap my radar on CT to go C-Link. Because of this play, I'm able to catch myself off guard looking at A-Link, and I put myself in the easier 1v1. One of the biggest mistakes I see all the way up to the Immortal Elo is people making noise when the opponent has not seen you, or even when they don't know where the enemy is. It just doesn't make sense. Having a hidden location is one huge advantage you have over the opponent in the clutch, and as soon as you give up your position, the element of surprise is gone, skyrocketing your opponent's pool of optimal decisions. Notice how I deny information from fRoD, as I'm still not sure exactly where he is on the map, as he could be flanking me from garage window, pushing garage, or pushing long. As soon as he taps the bomb, I know exactly where he is, and allows me to win the easy clutch over him.
No! ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Remember, on attacking side 1v1s, after a bomb plant, time is an extra ally for you. Try to stall as long as you can once your position is known. This can include jiggle peeking, using utility, and any way you can to dwindle the time down until you can confidently peek, knowing that even if the opponent kills you, the defuse will be very close. Notice the fundamentals I show in this clutch. I slowly jiggle around the corner in case the brim swings on me, and as soon as he mollies, I get my arrow just to stall for time, knowing that he won't push through his own molly. I check if he's defusing, and he's not, and I don't swing him. I slowly bait out shots to make him afraid to defuse, and eventually after waiting long enough, I commit just in case he's sticking the bomb and get an easy kill on him to win another clutch for my team. Also, notice how decisive I am in this clip. Before the bomb's even down, I know exactly what play I'm going to make and what position to hold in the post plant. Wait for my ulti, ping it.
Spike planted.
Now for defending 1v1s. Answering the age-old question, do I tap or hold the defuse? This is a question that no one can answer, and also the reason that I will forever love tag FPSs like Valorant and CSGO, because of the meta cycles with time and skill level. For example, in Iron, players don't even tap the defuse to draw the opponents, choosing to find them before committing to a full defuse. In Gold, Diamond, Elo, most players always tap or go for the half defuse, while the attacking player usually jiggles peeks to check the defuse level. In Immortal level Elo, players rarely peek after just one defuse sound, knowing that it's most likely a fake. And that's why I sometimes stick full defuses. There's crazy mind games going on in a 1v1 situation, where a play that works in Immortal wouldn't work in Silver, conceptually. Let's break down this 2v3 situation that eventually turns into a 1v1. I use my utility well, and TPing across Cypher's tripwire so that the enemy will not know I'm flanking sewers. A lot of players may use their flash right here, but I decided not to as it would give away my position. I get 2 clean headshots on my opponents because they don't expect such an early flank. I immediately smoke off the bomb and flash for my teammate so he can hold me for the defuse. At this point, I have full trust in my teammate to hold me so I can get the full stick off. However, as soon as my teammate dies, I'm ready to get the kill against the running Brim, who's gonna check for my defuse. I get the hat trick and I close out the round for my team. My next piece of advice is understanding that you are the one at the disadvantage, and most of the time you have to make those confident swings as soon as you can to figure out where the enemy is, because as a defender, the clock keeps ticking every single second that you hold that passive angle, hoping to get a lucky headshot off a jiggle peek. Now we're going to discuss the 2 or 1vx scenario when you're greatly outnumbered by the enemy team. Realize that you have to capitalize off opponent mistakes, especially when the round is neutral, i.e. no bomb planted yet. Trying to make a play is one of the most important concepts in winning these kinds of clutches, leading to the ultimate goal of lowering the 1vx into a 1v1. The point of making a play, as in playing aggressive and being unpredictable, is to either catch your opponents off guard, maybe rotating, or to isolate 1v1s.
Last player standing.
Because I play such an unpredictable angle on B as enemies are rotating through CT, I get an easy double piece and continue to come back for my team.
Dude, this Phoenix is... The way this guy plays is so ridiculous. He opts on CT, he's lurking on T side.
Do we want to save one?
It is so sweaty.
One triple one. Oh, never mind.
Last player
Bro,
standing.
this fucking shit
One
gets stuck
enemy
in this
remaining.
goddamn fuck. What is that garbage?
My next tip is using your utility very carefully. Because utility usage is very situational, I see many players screw it up completely in the clutch. I see many players using flashes to check tough angles. For example, I see Phoenix players flashing short to peek U-Haul on bind, even though the flash player can easily retreat. That's definitely a waste of utility and shouldn't happen. Fast forward to them losing the round in a 1v1 when the opponent is in a wide open position where a flash would have won them the round. Too many players have a mentality where they lose the clutch and say, "There's nothing I could do," where in reality the choices leading up to that moment lead to the loss. As a quick note, I'm going to touch on the other side and how to make sure you never lose a 2v1 or a man-up situation. Always play for the trade. In a lot of scenarios, double peeking with your teammate is the most optimal way to win. Try to communicate the swing as soon as you know where the last tango is. My last point is mentality. You always have to believe in yourself because confidence wins clutches. I don't care if I'm in a 1v5 against TSM down 0-12. If you don't even give yourself a chance to win the clutch, you won't win. With that said, good luck in all your matches, and I hope these tips helped you to claw some rounds out for your team and start winning more games. Thank you so much for everyone watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned a lot from these tips and tricks. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe to me on Twitch or YouTube, or just follow my channel and hang out. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye YouTube.